So it might not be us.
No.
How's your Saturday morning going anyway, Bronwyn?
Yeah, good. Just dropped the daughter out at netball, so unfortunately can't watch her. So she plays at 11. I said, "Oh, more important things to do this morning."
I've got a quiet house too, so it's quite nice.
Yes, yes. But Laura looks like she's talking away to us. I can't
know.
hear what she's saying.
You're looking good though, Laura. Love the t-shirt.
She looks so professional, but there's nothing coming through.
Hey guys, Deb here. If you guys need any help, let me know. We just started a little broadcast, but I didn't have speakers plugged in till now. So if you need something, just holler.
Well, we can't hear Laura. So Kerry and I can hear each other, but we can't hear Laura.
She's looking good.
And Laura's your presenter.
I know.
She says, I think I'm muted. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can't hear her either.
No, she looks fantastic.
She looks incredible. I love it. And I love the shirt.
New Zealand Read Aloud. Yee-hee.
It's awesome. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to get his help. Hold on.
I need to try and position myself so I can advertise.
I needed to do this in 3 weeks' time after I've come back from Minnesota with Flipgrid. Then I could have had my Flipgrid shirt on.
Yeah. When do you go?
The 8th.
Fantastic.
Yes, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
That is so cool.
Laura, why don't you maybe try going off and coming back in and see if that makes a difference? I hate to tell you that, but that might help because we hear everybody else beautifully.
So we stay in, Kerry, and Laura's going?
Yeah, you guys stay here. She's going to go off and come right back. Okay, so don't go anywhere. And I'll stay here to see and make sure that that works. So you guys
How exciting, Bronwyn?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a quick trip in, but just to get in there with the Flipgrid team and meet them all, and you know, the what if grids now.
I know.
At nearly 25,000.
I shared that with the kids the other day. We got it up on the Chromecast, and I said to them, you know, start sort of thinking about how you're presenting yourself because.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, good. I took the headphones off. It had a nice handy microphone. Yeah, doesn't work.
Technology.
Yeah, I bought an expensive pair the same, and I've thrown them out too. They don't work.
I had my headphones and my earbuds, but I decided that would be better. But never mind. I won't worry about it now. Okay, good.
Sound beautiful.
We're good. Thank you so much for being patient with me on this. At least we have, what, 2 minutes to go.
Hey, we're the first people.
Yeah.
My goodness, I didn't realize that.
That's why when I looked at the calendar and the schedule of the day, I knew that there would be only certain windows where we could all be on at the same time.
Yeah, that was good thinking.
It's 9 o'clock here for me right now. Last night for you.
Yeah.
So
it's 1 p.m. in the afternoon for me. So
11 in the morning for me. There's sunlight. Yeah. Usually I'm talking to everybody in the middle of the night. So this is different.
I was thinking about it. And then you're going to be up here when we're doing our conference again in August.
Yes. What date is that?
It's the same time you're going to be at the conference. So
yeah, well, I'm just going to jump in from there. I'm going to jump in from Minnesota. Yeah.
That's great. And actually,
Oh God, I'm so jealous.
Carrie, you can too. You can, because we switched the time.
I want to go there, Laura.
And I want to go there, so. But I think the new time though, Bronwyn, will work for Carrie to join us too, because it's in the afternoon for us here, so it'll be morning for you.
Hey, Margaret's here.
Hey, Bronwyn.
Hey, Margaret.
Hi, I'm Margaret.
How are you?
Good. How are you? It's so good to see you and talk to you. Like, one time.
The new Carrie Margaret's been getting on the Flipgrid What If, and the kids have just loving her and Matt's comments that they're putting on there. So, and I think Matt had some kids comment the other day on his, and I think they're from New Zealand. So
yeah, we got our kids on the digital access topic, and they were on that the other day. Yeah.
That's so cool. And again, that's just so kind of you. Matthew's in the other room. You want to say hi to?
Yeah, yeah. The
Matthew.
kids the other day were like, hey, Matt's on.
He should be coming in a second. No, that's so great. And I can't wait. We start on the 9th. And so I'm so excited. But look, your session started. I don't want to interrupt your session.
Oh,
and if I need to get off, I will. If I need to leave, I will. I just wanted to say hi. I'm so excited.
Glad you're here. I'm glad we're actually all here. So we should probably get started then, since you did mention that. I am going to switch over to our presentation just for a minute. So I'm going to screen share for a minute, so you can see, at least introduce ourselves. In fact, why don't we can all introduce ourselves, but I'm Laura Krenicki. I'm in the United States, as you can tell. I'm with the Connecticut Geographic Alliance, which is an outreach of National Geographic, and I teach 6th graders at William J. Johnston Middle School. So maybe Carrie and Bronwyn, if you want to introduce yourselves.
Go for it, Carrie.
Okay. So I'm Carrie at Tamatea is my Twitter handle, and I'm a Year 7 teacher in Napier, New Zealand, and connected with Laura actually quite a few years ago, and we've had connections sort of ever since, mystery Skypes and things like that, and then connected with you, Bronwyn, quite a while ago too, but it was your little tweet that said, anyone want to join me in a Flipgrid What If? Yes, please. Our kids would be right into that, and so we sort of reconnected again through that. But Bronwyn, weren't we doing dance flash mob Fridays and stuff? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, that's us. And my colleague and I are in an ILE this year for the first time in a brand new space. So we're loving it.
Oh, that's so great. That's so wonderful.
And I'm Bronwyn Joyce. I'm located in Australia. Crazy grade 3-4 teacher that is absolutely passionate about connecting kids all around the world globally, but largely teaching educators how to globalize their classrooms, and basically having huge success at the moment with the Flipgrid What If. And thanks to Carrie and Laura, who came on board from that tweet that I put out. And both Carrie and Laura's kids have been huge on the grid to make this as successful as what it is. So now getting the educators on board, so we're getting teachers on the What If grid as well. And yeah, and I excitedly get to head to hang out with the Flipgrid team in about eight days time, so in Minnesota. So really glad to be here, and thanks to Laura and Kerry for having me. And my first time on this 24-hour, I've been trying to get on here with Jamie for years, so so excited to be part of this next 24 hours.
And it's so nice to have a group of people that all are like-minded and looking for collaborations, but thinking about how we can get kids to talk globally and not just locally. And I wanted to mention, I have this quote here. This was actually a quote from one of my students. And I taught a pre-service teachers class of graduate students. And really briefly, and Bronwyn heard this story, but really briefly, I had asked students to bring in picture books for younger age students that had a global type of message, or something that was not just, you know, Eurocentric to the United States. So I asked them to each bring in 3 picture books. And one of the students, now I'm going to remind you that these are graduate students who are pre-service teachers. So they're in a graduate program. And we went around the room, and one of the students held up a book that had Gandhi on it. And she held this book and looked at me and said, "Was Gandhi a real person or just a character in the story?" And I was really confused by her question, because I thought that she was just asking if he's a character in the story or if it's based on the real person, but she genuinely didn't know who he was. And I really thought about that, and I thought, what kind of service are we doing to our students if students are graduating college without knowing some of our, you know, our cultural icons? And so that really got me thinking about, you know, how we're approaching global education at younger grades, in elementary school and middle school and beyond. And a couple of years ago, I participated in a Harvard think tank on global education. And one of the things we were tasked with doing is coming up with a definition of what global competency was. And you can see on the screen the definition I came up with. This is not unique, but I came up with this one, and this really drives our mission in our school, in our grade level. So you can see what I really strive for students to do are to recognize various perspectives, to really be interested in investigating the world, generating intercultural communication, and then taking informed action on global issues. And you'll see through the discussion that we're going to have with the 3 women that are here that all of those pieces have been met through our collaborations. And especially, I think more recently, toward the end of it, with the Flipgrid that Bronwyn was speaking about. But even earlier in that, looking at recognizing perspectives and investigating the world, we joined in with Carrie in doing the New Zealand Read Aloud. And what a difference that made in our students thinking about different perspectives. One other quick mention is that depending on where you are, you may have a certain curriculum, or you may have to teach geography. And that is something that we have to do here in the States. But a big complaint I hear are these 3 things. That they either don't have time to add more things in, they don't find resources for it, and they don't find ways of incorporating geography or global literacies into their topic. So to help out with this, if you know of some topics and some resources that are going to be great for other educators, whether you're doing a session as part of this or not, we did set up a Flipgrid so that you can video some of your resources for us, so that we can put that out, and then people can contribute some of their favorite global resources to the Flipgrid. Awesome. So Bronwyn, do you want to talk about this? I have the book here, but maybe you want to speak about the what if?
Yeah. Okay, so just following on from what Laura was talking about, I think what's really important is there's no age barriers to classrooms. So, you know, you can have 6-year-olds learning about the world, and you can have educators in universities learning about the world. So I am absolutely honoured to be part of the educator team that works with the Beluga platform. With Evan Schwartz out of New York, and stumbled upon Matt Murray's book, the book of What If, and with a huge passion for getting kids to think critically in the classroom, I thought, wow, what a great way to set up a writing session for my kids once a week, so that they could just open up them to any possibility that was happening. And then all of a sudden, I stumbled upon Flipgrid. So I thought, wow, what a great way to set up a writing. Yep. So I was able to then join the What If book along with Flipgrid. So crazily spent a few nights thinking about reading the book, thinking about how I could do this. And thanks to a huge network that I have through Twitter, just took the chance and tweeted out if anybody globally would like to connect with the What If Grid. Well, I think Kerry and Laura would back me up. I think within the first 6 weeks, we had over 1,000 students on the Flipgrid from all over the world. We had kids from Argentina, we had kids from the States, we had kids from Canada, Australia. It's now reached out into Northern Australia. So, you know, it's more than just that link within a classroom. It's those links the kids, you know, my kids have found experts within Kerry's kids. They've found experts, you know, in the States. They love a young fellow named Keegan who pops up all the time, and they watch Keegan and what he has to say. So not only are we globally collaborating, we've actually got the kids teaching each other, you know, that peer tutoring. And I think that's the magic that it brings to connecting these kids globally. So it's not just feedback that's coming back from their own peers, but they've got peers from all ages that are actually providing feedback to them. So the craziness is about to start in the next few weeks as the United States and most of the Northern Hemisphere come back online to see what is going to become of the What If Grid, because it is just bringing so much to the world. And when I'm in Minnesota, I'm going to work with the Flipgrid team on how we can even energize the What If Grid even more to connect out to the world. So yeah, it's an exciting time, but it's an easy way for teachers to bring the world into their classroom. It links in with the curriculum. You know, it can be a writing lesson. It's promoting student voice. The links that I'm now making with the What If Grid is I'm connecting it to experts as well. So we've had Curran D last week featured on the What If Grid. You know, we've had different, really trying to find different experts that come on board. If a teacher tweets me a great idea, I take that on board for the following week. So it's also a teacher collaboration of what's actually happening now with the What If Grid. So people sharing their ideas, kids are making suggestions. We've got a topic in there where the kids can give me ideas. So so yeah, it's an exciting time, and Kerry and Laura, the magical people that have allowed it to go global from day one, and yeah, and now